Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Sports Talk Show with Alec Pegado, episode 44. Tonight, I'm going to go over the AFC South and give you my AFC South standings predictions, as well as a few other sports topics. Let's get right to it. Finishing in last place in the AFC South, going 4-13, I have the Indianapolis Colts. I don't see a possibility of them winning more than 4 games because it sounds like they're going to trade Jonathan Taylor. And I do like Anthony Richardson, but I don't think they have a lot of weapons around Anthony Richardson. Michael Pittman's a good wide receiver 1. Alec Pierce is a good wide receiver 2. Now, getting on to third place. Finishing in third place at 6-11, I have the Houston Texans. I know they're in a rebuild, but I like how they've come along in their rebuild. I think they're not that far away from competing for an AFC South division title. And that's all I have to say about them. The Tennessee Titans are in second. I have them finishing in second place at 9-8. Mike Vrabel is going to lead the Titans to a 9-8 record and a little teaser, a playoff berth. Winning the AFC South at 12-6 is the Jacksonville Jags. I love Trevor Lawrence is a good young quarterback, and I love all the pieces around it. Here's my AFC playoff predictions preseason, pre-week 1. The number 7 seed, I think, is going to be the Denver Broncos at 10-6. The number 6 seed is going to be the New York Jets. Number 5, the Los Angeles Chargers. 4, the Buffalo Bills. 3, the Jacksonville Jaguars. 2, Cincinnati. And 1, the Kansas City Chiefs. My NFC playoff predictions. The Saints are the 7 seed at 9-7. At 10-6, the number 6 seed Chicago Bears. The number 5, the Seattle Seahawks at 11-6. At number 4, the Minnesota Vikings at 11-5. The Detroit Lions get the 3rd seed at 12-6. The number 2 seed goes to the Philadelphia Eagles at 13-3. And the number 1 seed and getting the first round bye, I have the San Francisco 49ers. The offensive rookie of the year is going to be Bijan Robinson. The defensive rookie of the year will be Will Anderson Jr. from the Texans. Brian Dable is going to win Coach of the Year of the Giants. Comeback Player of the Year. This is going to be very controversial because I know there's going to be people saying, oh, no, it should be this guy. No, it should be this guy. But I think it's going to be Damar Hamlin. I think Damar Hamlin is going to win Comeback Player of the Year. And the Super Bowl champion is going to be the Cincinnati Bengals. And the next topic I'm going to cover today is I'm going to give you an update on the Tampa Bay Rays. They won 2 out of 3 games against the New York Yankees. They won 7-4 today, behind a good pitching performance from Zach Littell and home run, and timely hitting from Randy Arozarena. Brandon Lau had a home run. Rays are 2.5 games out of first place. I'm going to go on a little short rant here for like 2 minutes. Yankees, stop cheating. Stop intentionally hitting Rays players. You hit Arozarena, you hit Paredes, you hit Aranda. That's 3 guys. MLB, your umpires did a terrible job today of handling the hit batsman that the Rays got. If the Rays did that, I know for a fact that you would throw their pitcher out immediately without warning the benches. Why didn't you do that to the Yankees? Or at least warn the benches? That could have de-escalated the whole situation with after the second hit by pitch. Why didn't you eject the pitcher after he hit Arozarena? It shouldn't have got that far. You should have kept it. You should have nipped it in the behind after the second hit by pitch. And it should have been over and done with. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I don't agree with the fact that you let them hit 3 batters on the Rays. 2 out of the 3 guys on the Rays that got hit were our best players. Here's my 3 sleeper teams for the NFL this year. Number 3, the New York Jets. Yes, people, I know what you're going to say. Why are the Jets number 3? 1, because they have Aaron Rodgers, and 2, because they went out and signed Dalvin Cook. Breece Hall's coming back. I think Breece Hall's going to have a big year once he's fully healthy from his ACL injury. My number 2 sleeper team, the Chicago Bears. I love what they did this offseason. They spent money in free agency. They went out and traded for DJ Moore. And I think, as you saw when I did my prediction for the NFC North, I have them finishing in 3rd place in front of Green Bay. I think they're going to be good this year. They're going to surprise some teams. And my number 1 sleeper team this year. Shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. I think the Steelers are going to be really good this year. They're my 3rd sleeper team. My number 1 sleeper team this year. Kenny Pickett, George Pickens, Pat Freiermuth, Najee Harris, Deontay Johnson, Allen Robinson. I mean, I know Allen Robinson's not, everybody says he's washed, but I don't think he was used right. In LA, up until Matt Nagy got to Chicago, he was a perennial 1,000-yard receiver every season. Every season of his career, he would get 1,000 receiving yards. And I think he's going to do that again this year. I think he's going to have a bounce back season and have 1,000 receiving yards. I don't like you saw a couple of videos ago. I don't have the Steelers winning that division, but I have them competing in it and maybe making the playoffs. I know this is preseason. I'm going to do a video like this again at the end of the season, reacting to my preseason picks. And if I'm right on him, I'll give myself a pat on the back. If I'm wrong, blast me in the comments. And I will take the blame for being wrong on certain teams. But here's my 3 Super Bowl matchups this year. Number 1 is a rematch of last year. The Chiefs and the Eagles. I can see that happening because both teams are going to be really good. But I do think Jalen Hurts and the Eagles take a slight step back, even though they won their division, and compete and win it. And my second Super Bowl matchup, and this one's a little bit, it's juicy. Juicy. It's the Detroit Lions and the Cincinnati Bengals. Yes, I'm on the Lions hype train. I'm jumping on the hype train for the Detroit Lions. I like Dan Campbell. I think he's a really, 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 really good head coach. I'm glad the Lions didn't fire him after last year. I like him. I think he's going to do something special with the Lions this year. I think, like you saw in my NFC North predictions, I think they win that division. It's either going to be them or Minnesota. And although I do like the Vikings, I think the Vikings take a step back. And my third Super Bowl prediction that I would like to see this year and that I think could happen would be the Bengals. This is non-biased. The Cincinnati Bengals playing the San Francisco 49ers in the Super Bowl. I think the Bengals, nobody's picking the Bengals to make the Super Bowl again. I'm going to change that. All 3 of my Super Bowl matchups include the Bengals. Including this one, like I just said, San Francisco, Cincinnati. And I have Cincinnati winning this one. And I like the Bengals to win the Super Bowl. I don't know what the final score is going to be, but like I said, preseason predictions. The next thing I'm going to give you guys is an update, a little channel update. As you know, I'm going on a trip in a couple weeks, in 11 days. So tonight is my last stream until my trip. But y'all can stay up to date with my life. My Instagram is Alec Thomas Pecano. All lowercase. Give me a follow on Instagram. Trying to hit 1,000 followers on Instagram. And add up the Snapchat too. It's Alec Pecano. And the other reason I'm not going to be streaming until my trip is because this week, if y'all haven't heard, I live in Florida. As most of my viewers probably know, we are getting a hurricane. So I will probably be without power, which would tell you that I probably won't be able to stream for a few days. So, and I'm also going to be probably spending a little bit of time with family. So, but I will be back on September 8th at 5 p.m. Maybe earlier. You might get a surprise stream right when I get to Ohio after I land and get in my hotel and get settled. And I'm walking around the Ohio State campus. You might get a surprise stream before 5 o'clock on September 8th. September 8th, 9th, and 10th. I will be streaming. The 11th, I will not because that's when I'm coming home from Ohio. September 11th is when I fly home. But we will be back streaming on September 12th once I get home from Columbus. And that will do it for tonight's stream. Thank you. Have a good rest of your night. Peace.